Good morning, this is Navy Old Salt Gamer. As you can see, I've built a rocket, done a lot of work, gotten everything all ready. Now I want to point out something very important I found out in test firing this. Notice this line right here. Now this keeps everything pressurized and this pressurizes the tanks while it's hooked up to the base. This keeps my pressurization, engine pressure tanks pressurized at 45, and I'll explain that, 45 megapascals, and I have two volume pumps that do that job. What I want to remind everybody that's building a rocket or that hasn't built a rocket is every time your rocket reaches its destination, it shuts a lot of things off that you don't want it to turn off. They did an update in the past, so it turns off things the way it says. It turns off only the things that are connected to data. Well, I don't know why they do that, but what it does, and I'll fly up there and show you. I've got a pressure. I thought there'd be a way to turn it off, but turn that off. But I have a pressure regulator here for my pressure tanks. These are hooked up to the engines. I keep at 45-ish megapascals, and that reads here, and through a program that I just showed you, turns these on and off to keep this pressurized at 45. Well, when it reaches the destination and turns things off, it turns this pressure analyzer off. And then this says, well, there's no pressure, turns them both on. And I've done this in the previous rocket builds. It blows your rocket up. So when you set up your pressurization system, turn your analyzer, that's what this is, engine tank pressure analyzer, on every tick, because it'll turn it off when it reaches the destination and overpressurizes. This will make sure it turns it back on. So that's that part. Public service announcement. So this rocket has 3 batteries, and I already showed you the engine pressurization tanks, which, like I said, are pressurized by these 2 pumps from my 2 reserve tanks, which I fill over here. Those 2 meters, I guess you probably can't, I don't know, maybe you can see the white dot, I've never looked for it. But this is in the program too. This is set for 50, turns this pump on and off when the whole pressure in the system reaches 50. So these 2 tanks are going to be 50 megapascals or thereabout. Yep, and I do have a tiny bit of nitrogen in my tanks. That was a piping error on my part. It should not matter. It's like 0.3 more percent or something like that. It won't matter. It's only going to be this first launch. It'll lower my thrust by a tiny amount. But on Mimas that shouldn't matter. This has 2 scanners in it. Scanner head 1, scanner head 2, and 2 minor heads. And all the required stuff, which is, the data link and the avionics and the pressure fed engine. So there you go. Let's seal this up. I need 14. I had 2. Now, I've done this once, and you got to be careful. It throws you like crazy. Like that. If you're too close, it messes you up. So make sure you do it from about as far away as you can. Because if you're right next to it, it really throws you, especially with there not being any gravity here. This one's harder to hit. Come on, there you are. Get out of there. Alright, going down. Turn that off. So let's launch this thing. Pick this up so it doesn't go flying. I am a little close. I should have probably moved it a little further away, but I've survived the test fires where this whole thing is engulfed by flames when I'm done, so I should be okay. So here's my data. Here's my 2 feed pumps. There's my pressure analyzer that I have to manually, or not manually, through the program, turn back on after it reaches its destination, or else it blows your rocket up. Make sure you put that in your program if you're using that system, which I've always used. And everything else is in here, the 2 scanners, the 2 engine tanks, the 2 miners. Do not forget to disconnect your umbilicals. If you do, it will rip them right out of the tower. Make sure you disconnect your umbilicals. So now we're ready to go. So notice I'm standing as far away as I possibly can. Let's go to the orbit. I have to scan that first. Set the destination. And we should be all, this is the important number. That should stay somewhere around 45 megapascals. I don't want it to spike much higher than 50. So let's fire the engine up and launch here. And there it goes. So that's doing pretty good. 45, 45, 46, 45. So it bounces around a little bit, but that's good. You can see my 2 pumps turning on and off to keep it pressurized via that program. And my medium tank, that's my overall fuel pressure. Obviously it's going to go down because I'm not hooked up to the tower anymore. And I want to make sure, we got 30 seconds before we reach orbit. I want to make sure this stays on. It should. Do 15 seconds. And I have 28-ish kilonewtons of thrust, which should be plenty. 5, 4, stay on, stay on, stay on. Oop, you saw how it turned it off. But on my program turned it back on and we're good. Well, now we're in orbit. And everything is stable. I think, let me check my medium tank. Just changing a little from the temperature. But we're stable, so that worked. So, let's turn, I'm pretty sure I gotta scan this area. Let's turn those on. Go to the map. Oh, location. Discover survey. What have I got to do? Chart. Chart. There we go. So I have to chart these. So I have the data. I don't know how long this will take. Looks like I need 350. Well, yeah, I want to chart the whole thing. I want 350 and I get 60 every time. So there you go. This is going to cycle a bit. I'll be back. Okay, so I'm fully charted. Go to the map. So,
hydration critical.
All right, we'll take care of that. So I found whatever this is, A-rings. So that's the rings. I don't know. That looks like it's probably ores. And I found another moon. So I think I should scan this next. I don't think there's going to be any gases. I'm really looking for volatiles and, or ice, I should say, volatiles and oxygen, so I don't have to keep mining down here. So let's set this, that destination. How much? I still have plenty of fuel, I'm sure. Yeah, I only use 3 megapascals, so we can make it there without any problem. So turn the engines on. And we're away. Now, let me go get the water, and I'll be back when I arrive. Oh, you know what? Save some batteries. Scanner off, scanner off. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, so I've been fed and drank, and I'm still a couple seconds. Well, that was fast. A couple seconds away from my destination. And please tell me that stays on. And the pressure's good, so that's okay. And how's my... We're down to 42, so I've used 8 megapascals. Not too bad. So now, location. First turn the scanners back on. Location chart. So this takes 100. That'll show me what's around, and then I think I have to discover what... Yeah. One of these is chart, and one of these is discover. I think this one is chart, which should only take 2 sweeps. And then I gotta hit discover to find out what is... This will show me what I can go to from this location. Discover is going to show me what is at this location. Okay, so it's charted. Let's go to map. There we go. Oh, there's ice over there. Maybe I'll just head there. That definitely looks like ice. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'll go over here, because that certainly looks like ice. And that's really what I'm after. So let's set that as the destination. Go back to the rocket. Turn on the engine. And fly to that one, which is another 99 seconds. Like my analyzer, doing good. Okay. I'll be back. Okay, so I've reached that destination now. There's the rocket, kind of hard to see. So, go back to turning the scanners on. And location. I don't really need to discover at this point, or chart, so I'm just going to do discover. And 250. Maybe I have to chart it first. I do have to chart it first by the looks of it. Interesting, I think. Well, I'm going to have to discover and chart this, but rather than... Wait a minute. Discovery, there we go. So you don't have to do it in that order. If there's volatiles and oxygen, excellent. So now I want to scan these as much as possible. Now, if they've changed, I don't know if they've changed anything in here, but I think I'll have to go to this volatile vapor. Let's see, make map. Nope, it's not on there yet. So I might have to set another destination. This looks a little bit different than I remember, so composition, foremost, so oh, well, I don't need the carbon dioxide, but okay. Oxygen has carbon dioxide in it too. I don't know what, I'm going 1 and 9, so I've got a long way to go yet. Okay, well, let me finish all this scanning. I'll be back. So I zoomed in on the map here. It's kind of hard to see out, but I've gotten 4 of the sites discovered. And there's 2 with volatile vapors. And there's 1 with oxygen, another one with oxygen. So each 250 you get gives you another one here. Where am I at? 200. Oh, here it is. 120. This will be 180. Yeah. So I'll get another one in a second. And if you look at my batteries, I'm still at 93%. I'm only right now using the one battery, so I got 2 completely full batteries. I'm surprised it does it that way. I would have thought it would have pulled from all of them at the same time, but maybe that has something to do with the mode. 4, 5, 6, 6, 6. I'll have to look at the modes. It doesn't matter. It'll switch automatically. But so now I should have another location. There's more oxygen. So I got 3 oxygen so far, 2 volatiles, and I'll be back. Okay, so I also charted it. So I go to the map. I have 9 spots I can look at, and another C ring. So I got the A, B, and C ring. But I want to stay here. So I'm going to go to this first volatile vapor section because I go through twice as many volatiles as I do anything else. So I set that as a destination. And nope, it says new nav. Oh, it's new charted. Okay. Turn the engine on. This should not take too long. 37 seconds. Pressure's good. I'm down to 37. I'm keeping a track of that because of course I got to be able to get back. So I should be okay here. I'll just mine a bunch of after I scan it, because you got to scan it again, and make sure. I don't like how it shuts this off. I'm not sure why they do that. They should give you the option of telling the system to not turn it off. You'll see it shut off there, and my program ends up turning it back off. But if it turns that off, then I get runaway pressure, and my rocket explodes. So I find that kind of odd that they did that. All right, now survey. It turned my scanners off, didn't it? It did. It turns them off too. Okay. Location. So now this is going to. I don't know how long this is going to take. You get bonuses for the longer you do it. Oh, here it is over here. So I got to go to 1,000%. Ooh. Okay, but I want that bonus, so I'm going to do that. That's going to take a while. So I get only 30% a sweep. 30% per sweep. Why is one scanning slower than the other one, I wonder? Interesting. Oh, because I turned it on later. So, yeah. I've got the composition. It's not a bad density, actually. That's pretty good. I've got the size. That's a pretty good size. So I'm going to get quite a bit out of this one. And the richness I get on this sweep. And then I got to go for a long time to get to 1,000. But let's look at the richness here. Hopefully that's a high number. That's not too good. But that's okay. All right, so I'm going to pause it again while I scan to get my mining boosts. So I did some quick research here. All the rocket battery modes are an indicator of fullness. So as this goes, the charge goes down, the mode changes. I'm not sure why they would do that way, but I'm still at 86%, so we're still good. Let me go back to pausing this. I am currently at 420 of 1,000, so I'll be back. All right, let me just double check. Yep, we're good. So I've scanned it all. I'm ready to mine. So let's go back to the rocket, turn the scanners off, turn the miners on, and start mining. I got 24, so 48 ores each sweep, but that'll go down pretty quick. Let's go to the rocket, look at my storage, small. Let's turn that on. I don't have any going in yet. I think each one is 100, 200. I'm already down to 23. That does drop pretty quick, but okay. Quantities. Now I'm wondering if I connected it correctly. I get 20 ore every time. Where am I at? It doesn't give me a total that I see. Total ore mined 305. So I should have some in my account here. There's 2. Okay, so it is feeding in now. I'd be worried. So I think this holds either 50 or 60. So that should go up. What was that total at? Every 100. So it should have 4. Yeah, 4. Okay, so we're good. And there's a ratio, so that'll tell me when it's full. But there you go. So I'm going to sit here and mine. You can see how this does go down pretty quickly. You know, this is how they designed it. In my book, this isn't the best way to do this. But it is what it is. Resources. Somehow you could click on these, I thought. There we go. So the mine speed's going to go down. The richness is already down to 1. So that won't get any lower. That was a bad richness number. The size is going to lower the density slower because of that size, which is pretty good. So it shouldn't go down too much faster. Now hovering at 19. Maybe it'll go down, but it won't go down too fast at this point. And I'm up to 6. So I'll be back when this is full, and then we'll land the rocket and see how everything goes. That's always the tricky part, but I'll be back. While I'm mining on my rocket, a quick update in here, just real quick. I did add a second centrifuge since I added another row of switchgrass. And I'm pretty sure I probably have a huge backup after the recycler. I'm pretty sure. I have a constant 200 charcoal in my stacker, which feeds whenever it needs to. Haven't had to do anything with this. I don't know what happens if this gets way overloaded. The chutes, I don't know. I've never done that, but I think I probably have a huge backup in there. I raised the temperature in here to 29 because I wanted these to grow a little better. They're thriving now. And I do have cocoa and a bunch of other stuff here. Oh, one other thing. I added a bunch of mushrooms up there. And I've gone from 6% to 12%, which means eventually I'll probably rip these out and put something else in there. Maybe chickens. It's a good chicken coop. I like that idea. Maybe I'll put chickens in there. Oh my, look at that. I got 3 of them ready to harvest over there. There you go. I just want to give a quick update in here. Still pretty much the same, other than the couple things I covered. I did put a suit holder here, which I should have put these in. I'm not used to it. I took this off because I got stinky pants while I was standing out there. So batteries are still charging good. I don't know why this one is always a load lower. I don't know. The other one, the average is 80%. You know, I've been there, already told you about that, but I'll be back. Okay, so I'm right about 50 here, probably on that sweep. So I'm now full. Now I could probably squeeze a few more in there, but let's not push our luck on the first rocket flight. All right, so we're all loaded, and let's go back to landing pad. Launch mount, set destination, and make sure, let's pray that this lands without crashing. Hopefully I got enough fuel and everything. Avionics is working, on off, on off. Medium tank. I still got 35, and it's going down really slow, so I should be fine. Famous last words. I'll be fine. It's fine. I haven't even reached my first destination yet, for crying out loud. There we go. Now it says 234 seconds, but as you're landing, you might as well throw that number out the window because you start slowing down and it changes. Battery-wise, I'm at 77%. I haven't even used up one whole battery during this episode. I'm well 3 of 10, so I'm a little under 1/3 left on that battery, and the other 2 are full. And how we doing on the tank medium? 32. It should be plenty. You know, you always get worried. Is it going to make... Excuse me. But I should be fine. Should be. I'm making it to almost to my second. Got 3 minutes. It should tell me how much burn time I have left here somewhere. 827. So I've got, and that's at full burn. As you're landing, you hope, if you click on your gas engine, you hope this throttle isn't at 100%. Now I know you can manually adjust that. I like to land automatically because, you know, it works. I think it's less efficient that way, but it does work. Everything looks okay. Tank medium on the bottom here. 29. So the whole trip so far I've used pretty close, 3 megapascals short of using half my fuel at this point. And I'm quite a bit, you know, I'm almost home. Yeah, should be okay. Should be. 36 to that destination, and then after that you could throw this ETA out the window. So, by the way, I was still at 19 last I looked. So it didn't go under 19. So it actually didn't take that long with a couple miners on there. It goes pretty fast. Okay, so now I'm landing. So let's look at the engine. Throttle's 80 and coming down, so that's a good sign. That means I'm using less fuel and I have enough thrust to arrest my flight. Let's see, this will keep going to 60, 62, 60, 62, so, you know, that kind of goes out the window. As long as this keeps going down, it probably will go back up a little at the end, but as long as that's below 100, you know you'll have a safe landing as long as that doesn't reach 0. And I should be fine. I'm only at half fuel right now. So pressure-fed gas engine. I'm down to 30% throttle. That's good. $29. Like I said, there's hardly any gravity here. So, I mean, the throttle, I have, you know, I'm only using 8 kilonewtons of thrust. So it should be fine. Kind of stabilized now, 28.5. So that seems to be where it's going to come down at. So this might be a final number now. This sometimes changes to impact end. Yeah, gives you a heart attack, but you're usually okay. Yeah, see, at this burn rate, I've got, you know, a whole ton of burn time left, so 28. Let's see if I can see it yet. Close. I think that's probably it, right? Maybe not. Nope, I thought I saw it, but maybe not. Oh, there I saw it. There it is right there. There we can see it burning. 27%, so it did go up a little bit. But I should be fine. On the ground in 30 seconds. It never went to impact, so that's good. And then I have to set up, and I won't do that this episode. I'll end it at the, I just wanted to do a whole rocket flight. Oh, get close. I probably should back up a little bit. That's a good sign. We're coming down nice and slow now. Excellent. So there you go. Complete rocket flight from up and down. What did I end up with? So to go there and back, I used just 28 megapascals of fuel. So that's pretty good. And I had a ton of battery, and that's not an issue. I could probably get rid of one of those batteries, but might need it eventually. So now I can start the aggravating process of refueling this thing, which I don't have enough because I will, but I don't right now. So once I plug those in, this should come on, and it did, and slowly go up until I run out of fuel over here. Because I will run out of fuel before I refill it, I believe. Yes, I'm sure I will. So I'll probably manually turn that off. That's just a booster that I do manually to fill this line up faster. Probably will run out of fuel before I charge. Now, I should be using a lot more battery right now. Because I'm charging, yeah, see, well, no, it's keeping up, isn't it? Because I'm charging my battery. Even with that, I mean, charging a rocket battery is pretty intense. And this is keeping up. Like I said, I think I got a backlog here. I can see one. I think these chutes are completely full, and who knows what's crammed in there. It could be a lot. So that's pretty interesting. Let's see. But I always have 200 charcoal in there. It dumps one and another one comes in. I'm still, how is this doing? 56, we're still good. I only got mediums in there. I could, I turn them back on. turn that off. It's just power at this point. Power's not an issue anymore. For now. But there you go. Maybe it's okay. Remember to subscribe and like. And I'm thirsty and stinky pants again. 28. It's a slow process to refill with this setup. It'll get better here shortly once I start grinding this fuel that's on here. I'm not going to unload that until I put some frames down over here and shoot it down and put some ice crushers here. I'm going to put some filters to get the carbon dioxide out of there. I'll store that in the tank. Might as well. And I'll refuel with that in the long run. Yeah, I've already lost 2. Matter of fact, at this point, I think I'm just going to come up here, turn this off, which is dangerous. But I'm going to do it anyway. And turn that off. As long as my thing in there is on, I'm okay. As long as that is okay. Otherwise, it'll overpressurize those 2 tanks and I'll have a huge mess on my hand. But as long as they're off, and this is off, it shouldn't change that condition at all. And I could turn that off, and I could turn, oh, there's my rocket manufacturing, by the way. I'd probably get rid of that now. I was quite busy for a while. And there you go. Tell me what you think. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.